cmpradio.net. It's the station.
Hey, how is it going?
Are you feeling
Got
it?
pretty nice, yeah.
There go the
How
energy.
y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Welcome to Talking Black Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Jr. This is my co-host, Aisha, a.k.a. the middle child. I ain't giving her a low leeway to give her own intro because she only be know from what she is from week to week.
First of all, I knew what I was today, okay?
So I messed it.
Yes,
okay, so we run it back.
It's all right. It's all right. Cut me off. I like the energy.
So we had so much fun last week that we are revisiting relationship goals
or relationship knows
part 2. And you know, my coach, she switched it up this week, and she contacted me and was like, well, this is what I was thinking. I said, listen, what you gonna do? Either way, we gonna get the job done.
Either way.
The format today is a little different. We switched it up. It's not your traditional Talking Black format, but we still gonna dig in, and we gonna be transparent. We gonna be open, and we gonna be real. And so, go ahead.
Today is basically, it's real different. It's more so of relationship topics goes miles and miles and miles, right? And I'm like, it's too many topics for me to put down on a piece of paper. Mm-hmm. So what I decided to do was make this a unsealed version of relationship goals or relationship knows. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take this jar and we're going to pick a topic. And as we go forth, we're going to talk about it, dissect it, and move forward to the next. That sound good? Mm-hmm. All right.
Sure sound good to me.
So, what we will do the same is our icebreakers, of course.
Okay.
So icebreaker number 1. What is, before I give you this question, right? Normally, or a lot of times in relationships, people do not give the okay to actually be with the person. What I mean by that, is, do we ever conversate about, are we in a relationship or does it just happen?
I think it depends. I think like so many other things, it depends on the individuals involved.
Okay, so with that,
that's not like a everybody does. It's like any other it does the same thing. I think for me, if I experienced kind of both, I have experienced both. I'm not saying as of recently. I'm just saying I've had it through the duration of my dating life or relationship life, I have experienced both.
Um, for me, yes, I've always established that it was a relationship. I mean, of course, yeah, I've been in some serious relationships. I'm gonna tell you how many. It's none of your business. Anyway. But with that being said, like, what is one thing that you feel like you require before you actually enter the relationship, before you can say, oh, that's my girl?
Can I tell on myself a little bit?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna answer your question, but that kind of made me think of something else. I've actually entered relationship in. I know it's a bad thing. I'm gonna tell myself
It's not a bad thing.
and I've known that it wasn't something that was going to sustain itself long term. I absolutely have known that entering into some situations,
Messy boot.
Yeah, it was like, you know what?
I would get to that too.
Yeah. But what was the original question? I'm sorry, because that threw me off. My mind was like,
what is one thing that you now require?
Okay, I require. We got to be on our end goal. What we expect must be aligned. Like, I'm too old, and I'm not saying it's based on the age. Maybe it's just me, but I mean my experience and my maturity level is too advanced for that statement of I'm just vibing.
Right.
I'm not entering a situation of we're just vibing or we just going to see how it goes. And that's not. I'm sorry if you want to move like that. That's how you can move, but I'm not going to involve myself in a situation like that because it's too uncertain. It's too unrock. Now, what that means is I'm not rushing you into anything, but it's like, if for instance, if you're on a dating app, right, and the profile says, open to short-term relationships or open to long-term relationships, or I'm looking for marriage, I have to identify with that. Not saying that on a dating app, but just in a general, like even if it's in person, I have to be able to be like our end goal. Essentially, not saying, like I said, the Russian part doesn't. I just know that you have to be marriage minded.
Want to be in.
Yeah, you have to be marriage minded
one day.
Yeah, you have to be marriage minded. Like whether it takes X amount of time or X amount of time.
Okay.
We have to be aligned when it comes to that, because if you think you just going to be talking to me, we just going to be vibing for a year. We're not doing that.
I'm not you like that, but I like.
Yeah, we vibing. We've been vibing for 6 months to a year, but we haven't established any type of goals or what are we doing here. I'm most likely going to exit, and to be honest with you, a lot of times, or no, I'm not going to say a lot of times. Sometimes I won't even I'm not even going to state that I'm exiting. It's just like, yeah, because if you're not getting it now, like we've already had the discussion, like, or I've already initiated those conversations, like, hey, what are we doing here?
Right,
and it's kind of been brushed off, or kind of been falling by the wayside.
Men do that. Men be asking those questions.
I am going to assume that it's not a priority to you, and so I'm going to move accordingly.
Y'all go through that too?
Yeah, absolutely. Men go through a lot.
What is this? I will find that out down the line, because I got a lot of questions for men that I don't even want to. I just want some answers.
Yeah,
right?
Go ahead. I'm the one.
What I require before entering a relationship, a person who understands that what it takes to be in an actual long-term relationship. No relationship is going to be easy, but I want the hardships to be things that we both could not control, right? With understanding that the end goal is a successful, healthy relationship that we curate to be ours.
Exactly.
And that's it. Straight like that. There ain't no ends, ups, downs, in between. That's all I care about. So with that, number 2, do you feel like opposites attract? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Let's say that.
So which question? Is it a good thing or bad thing that opposites attract?
Is it, okay, we know opposites. People say opposites attract. Okay. And I think they kind of balance each other. But do you feel like it's a bad or a good thing? Like, if you had somebody that was just like you, would you be okay with that? Or would you want someone who was different?
I don't want somebody that's just like me. But I also say, I'm going to give you the hard answer. I'm going to answer this according to of course, that's how you're supposed to answer, according to you, right?
To you.
Yeah, I don't want somebody that's total opposite for me, but I don't want somebody that's just like me. To me, that's balance. For instance, and I will talk about, if we're talking about any type of relationship, I'm definitely going to talk about, because that's the as far as my relationships goes, that holds supreme, that holds superior to any kind of my marriage. That's always going to hold, because that's a person I decided to marry.
So you would say like-minded.
Exactly. Like we had a lot of, we weren't identical, but we share a lot in common. Like we both like a lot of things. We both had similar personalities. I remember in marriage counseling, like our counselor even said, he said, y'all sure y'all ain't been together for more years than y'all, because y'all share a lot of gestures. Like y'all, the way y'all, like, or y'all share a lot of similarities, and it's just like,
it's crazy, because you know what, right? I want somebody I can learn from. And if you're just like me, or if you're like-minded like me, you are on that level of how I think and what I do, like, how am I going to get exposed to anything different? Like, I look at a man, like, when I walk into his life, I want him to show me his world, because it's nothing like mine, right? And then we are able to, like I said, curate it to being ours, because I don't want somebody who think like me. Exactly. Or because I want someone who challenge my mind, so it can open some more, it can open wider.
I think more women are like that, and I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not like that, but I'm in the,
I think
I'm
it's
in the
because a
realm of
man
men.
supposed. That's the point. I want a man
speak
who
to men. I know men
is, right.
more than I'm not just. I can't just equate it to myself, because I know men to a certain extent, because I'm a man.
I think a lot of men are like that.
So, and I'm agreeing
Do
with
I
you.
fit into your life? Is the question.
I'm agreeing with you. A lot of women are more or less, I want a man that's going to be able to, but a man has to feel like, I think the man's mentality is he feel like he has to, or is lessening himself as a man to have that mentality. When all actuality is not. Anybody in any shape, form, or fashion that's a part of your life, you want to be able to grow from. I don't care if it's a woman or a man, or older, young. If I'm looking at you and I can get something from you, that's a plus. Right. I've had relationships that I've grown from the person I was with. Just because she's a woman, that don't mean I look at her as a person that I can't learn from, or I can't gain some type of knowledge from. That's not how I operate.
So what we're saying is opposites attracting could be a great thing, if we're able to establish something great. What you're saying. G-Mac in a chat, my sister.
Because you can't go total opposites.
Absolutely.
You can't be
like
a blue collar. You can't be a blue collar nigga and you dating
Shut up.
I
was waiting for you to say something.
I ain't saying nobody specific, but you get what I'm saying though. Like
G-Max.
Yeah.
G-Max said, I feel like a lot of people say they don't want to be in a relationship, but in reality they just don't want to be with you. I don't think nobody wants to be by themselves, just dealing with everybody.
And I believe that as well. And it's the same thing as, like, say, so I don't watch full stuff. I watch clips in, like, social media. And so it's that show when they line up them guys, or
pop the balloon.
Yeah, pop the balloon. That show get on my nerves. But anyway, it's like when they pop the balloon, right? And I seen a couple snippets where, though, a woman will make exceptions for certain men because of her willingness to get to know him.
Exactly.
And that's just like, it is what it is, but that's reality. Don't ever let, and it's not directly towards a woman, because as a man I've done it too. Don't ever let somebody tell you that they don't accept something, because everybody has something that they'll accept for the right person.
Absolutely.
Look at domestic violence, for example. And I'm going to take it there. Look at domestic violence, for example. Somebody will stay in a situation for whatever reason. It may be mind-boggling to us, but you chose to stay with a man that
will smack you across your face,
or disrespect you to a certain capacity, and you whatever.
You're not lying.
Yeah, so
a lot of us tolerate a lot of things that we say, that we have said previous, that we don't, and that right there in itself needs to be studied, like in human beings.
I mean, I've done it. But
like we need to be studied for that type of stuff. Because why are you so okay with things harming you?
but guess what? I built not physically. Nobody. No, I'm not going. I ain't going there. I ain't about to go there. But
so
yeah, go ahead and pull from the door.
Move on to the next.
I was like, y'all ain't getting all my business. I'm gonna be open, but I ain't.
that there are so many things. But before we start, because I definitely want to like move it along. We already in some minutes, right? So with that being said,
it's only 4:15.
I know, but I want to get before we pull from this jar. I want you to look up. I might have to do it myself because there's dependency in relationships, codependencies, then it's independence, and then it's interdependence.
Oh, I didn't know it was all of them. I was missing something.
Right. And to identify.
You got the tablet. You should look it up. It's bigger.
Identify with those things, right? I'm just going to go off of here.
Oh, yeah, on your phone. Yeah, because I like that. See, I like learning about stuff that I don't really have no in-depth understanding about because then it's how you grow. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, just because I'm in front of a camera, be like, yeah, I know what those mean. I do not know. I know two.
I'm going to read. Which ones do you know?
Dependent and independent.
What would you say?
I've heard of codependency, but I'm not going to sit there and say I know exactly what it means or I can define it distinctly. So we go.
What do you think dependency means?
I want you to run through all of them.
Okay. No. That's not the right one. Okay. So there is codependency when both partners lose individuality over relying on each other in a negative way. It's codependency. Wow. Independence is I don't need you. I don't need anybody for anything. Interdependency is when two partners come together in a healthy environment and they depend on each other, right? Mm-hmm. So the difference between codependency and interdependency will be I don't rely on you for my happiness, but I may rely on you for advice. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And what was the other one that I
You said dependent.
I got them somewhere.
Yeah, if you was going to ask me why you ain't.
No, I want to know like if ever do you identify with any of these?
No, because I don't really. It's something, and I'm honest. Those things are something I don't that I haven't really.
You really haven't come
covered
across.
in relationships. Like, do you think you are dependent on me, or can I depend on you for certain things? I think I go based on personality and let's say personality, character, and all those kind of things, and they'll tell me all the things what I'm saying is I don't think I directly define those things in a relationship, but certain things that I do look at kind of deprived from those things.
I definitely feel like I've been codependent in my lifetime. Yeah, absolutely, because it's no possible way. Sometimes I have found myself not loving myself enough in a relationship and still understanding that I needed to grow myself before I looked at a person and said, like, do you love me, right? Because how you love me and how I love myself is two different things. But if I am depending on you to love me in a certain capacity, not way, because the way I want to be loved is in the capacity of it is two different things, right? So to look at a man and say, I want you to love me at this capacity, I'm telling him to give me more than maybe what he can give me, right?
And that's what we gotta stop doing. Like, stop choosing somebody and trying to mold them to what you want. That's what that's what intentional dating is for. You are getting to know the person. You are saying, this is who I am. Can this person accommodate me as who I am?
Right.
Stop trying to be with these people because of potential. And I'm not saying potential is wrong. But the person has to be willing to grow. Like, the person has to be willing to acknowledge certain things.
That
like,
he needs to grow.
Yeah.
Because who are we to say you need to... We know if a person needs to grow in this category. But our job is to put that mirror up. And that person's job is to say, oh, yes, that needs to be done.
All right, why you shaking that right? Let me just go say something real quick.
I'm listening.
Oh, my God. I was having because I'm single.
Okay.
So I'll be, conversating or talking, whatever, dating, whatever you want, case may be. And I I'm rarely because of the way social media is, the way the world is. I'm rarely surprised by what people say. It's just sometimes be like it's more funny than be like that. Like you really think like that, yeah.
You're analyzing it now,
yeah.
because it's not cute no more.
And it's like, for instance, like I was talking to this girl and she said she don't really date guys with kids because she likes that lot of attention and intimates, like all that kind of stuff. And I said, well, I get my kids X, Y, and Z, and that's not really like she. So say she gave me a list of 5 things that she kind of needs on a regular from a relationship standpoint, and I said, okay, but that I didn't shy away from, because I had her, I didn't shy away from the hard conversation though. And so she kept on using the word, what word am I about to say? She kept on using the word resources. And I said, let me bring it up so I'm clear about what she mean by resources. Because you can mean a lot of different things about resources. So I blatantly said, if you are speaking of money, in regards to resources, that is one area that I'm going to go ahead and disagree with, because I could show up for you in all those different capacities, whatever. But financially, no, I got kids, I got my own responsibilities. If you are expecting me to neglect my obligations, my other financial obligations, to be the primary resource of all our endeavors, it's not going to work, because I'm not financing everything that we do, because you might be like, let's go this, let's go that. And the fact is, the matter is not, I might agree, hey, we going out to eat, we going this and that, but then you start acting crazy. I'm not financing. That's not reality for me.
That's what she wants.
Exactly.
It's somebody out here for you, because some men believe that that's what they want to do.
But guess what? It's rare these days, because from social media, in the comments and all the clips I see, men are being more financially celibate and saying, if you want me to invest a certain amount of money in you without me having some stability in the future with you, like that's
crazy.
That's crazy. So you want me to spend $500 per date when I don't even know 6 months from now if you gonna be around?
Yeah, you tripping. $10,000 in debt for nothing.
Just because you look good.
And then you want a big rock at the end. Oh wow, crazy work. So while I shake this, G-Mac said, I think a lot of men pretend to be someone else in the beginning. They be on their best behavior. Gee, I think it's both sides, man.
Yeah, I definitely see women do the same thing. They definitely be put up the front. Then you say something you don't like. Oh, you all type of.
You's a bum.
You's a bum.
Just because you said I got it in cash.
Yeah.
I only got it in cash. I'm a bum, but you can't come get it because you don't got no car either.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a bum because, okay, I'll be a bum.
Okay, so we got the first.
Oh, okay. This one says, trust takes years to build and seconds to break.
So you want?
Yeah, go ahead and get this. Because I'm like, is that true or false? Because we can get a true or false, and then we can go into it.
What do you feel about it before I go into the scenario?
I feel like it's false.
Okay.
I don't think trust takes years to build, but and also the second half, it can go either way for me. To break, depending on how mature you are, because if you let a second break trust, then how much trust did you really establish in the first place? And also what kind of grace are you giving? And it also depends on the circumstance. Like if you cheat on me, you physically, now
I'm listening.
If it's emotional, if it's like, okay, I found out you got a little boy, you in his face too much at work, then okay, I'm gonna address that. We gonna nip it in the butt, or like stuff like that. But if I find out you, then they'll go ahead and, first of all, then this is just me. Mm-hmm. I don't tolerate cheating whatsoever. That's just my. If I had one deal breaker to kind of fall back on, is that once you give yourself to another man, you won't be giving yourself back to me.
Absolutely.
And that's
so right
just me.
there. That's not even like a trust thing. That's more so you just broke everything.
Yeah,
you
it's just like you gave it because you gave. I
ain't never gotta trust you again.
Yeah, you gave yourself unto another man.
Right. I
Like
mean, I agree.
you freely gave yourself, because no matter how you put it, whether it's drugs involved or alcohol involved or a moment of weakness,
Sounds like a codependency to me.
you still made a decision.
I get it. I
yeah,
understand
and so
that.
that I can't come back from.
So the scenario, right, is a partner finds one major lie after years of loyalty and questions everything.
You know what? I can relate, and I ain't gonna tell y'all all my business, but I definitely
Here's
can.
the bill.
I definitely
Seconds.
can. I definitely can relate to that. I think that some people, and I'm not making excuses, I'm just based on my reality. I think I've been in that situation where I've lied, and my perspective on it was nothing malicious or nothing where I wanted to hurt the person. In fact, I thought I was protecting the person by not telling them that because of irrelevancy. So yeah, like I said, without going into too much detail, I had been on that side where it's like I wanted so bad to tell the person, to get it off my chest, but I'm just
Absolutely.
like, I can't tell her because it's not going to do nothing but cause hurt. And I'm in my head, I'm protecting her from that thing that I don't want to hurt her, so I'm not going to tell her. You're
not going to tell her. So
Yeah.
it's like you didn't tell her, but you knew you felt like you should have told her, and she found out.
I felt like I was sacrificing either way. I feel like either way, if I was to put that situation out there,
It was going to taint everything.
it was gonna, yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's like, okay, G-Max said, how big is the lie? I mean, I think that does matter, like how big the lie is. But for me, a lie is a lie, right? There's this thing, but you have to also understand that some people look at it like I didn't lie, I just didn't reveal it.
Tell you, yeah.
Like I didn't say something that worked around
So
it,
you're
and it wasn't a
deceitful.
lie. I just didn't tell you, right? But to me, if that major lie was, if you cheated at the beginning and now I know years later, right? Like I found out years later, will that crash and burn and take away all my trust? Probably not.
Yeah,
right? Because
long as that was the one,
I mean, I ain't even gonna say long as. I don't even want to know the details.
I'm talking about like it wasn't repetitive. Like it was
Oh,
at
right,
one time.
right,
Like
right.
we only been in it like a 6 months to a year. You did your little 1, 2, and now we 5 years in. I'm not gonna go back and be like,
you know what
be
now?
sorry a little bit, but I ain't gonna be like, nah, we can't move.
You know what now I would be upset about if a man lied to me about his livelihood right now, and he came into my life and everything he ever said was a lie. It's like, oh,
No, that's different.
I'm
That's
getting
your life
myself.
was a lie.
But what I'm saying is, like, over all these years, like, all right, for instance, we get together today, and let's see, you openly tell me you had a background, but then years down the line, I find out your background actually got some other stuff added on to it. You ain't never tell me that. You're lying about who you actually were, and it actually still isn't you.
No.
It might not be in you, but to me, I'm gonna feel that way.
Because
I'm gonna feel that way.
I definitely get where you come from. I'm never going to disagree where you come from. I'm just always
No.
going to be like, okay,
Disagree with it
my
if you have to.
perspective. Yeah.
Shoot.
No, I don't want to disagree. We not debating. We giving perspective. And so what my outlook is on that is it depends on what it is. Like if let's just keep it real. If you and your lifestyle go, and if you with somebody for a certain amount of time, their lifestyle is going to reflect that.
Absolutely.
So you can't sit there and hide and say I don't sell drugs no more when you're like we've been together for 2 years. I know where you work at. Like I know, like I'm not in your book, so to say, but nigga, your job don't warrant 2-3 car notes in a crib like this, and then like
Right.
something else going on.
What I would say is get it background at some point, because I've known women who found out that their spouse was a sex offender.
Yeah, stuff like that.
That right there
and that's
will
what
break
I ain't
me.
want to say that, but I'm saying
I'm saying
that's to the
it.
extreme.
That will
yeah.
break me.
Yeah,
That
you have to. That stuff you
not
have to.
just trust. I won't even I probably have to build trust within myself at this point, because how was I attracted?
How would you deceive like that?
How was I attracted to
naive.
something like that? What's wrong with my brain? Like I don't see. Although that might not be. That won't be my problem, but I still feel so tight way. Ooh, I know that.
Throwing stuff? That's the one we already did.
Put it back. Yeah, in the drawer. Let's see. I think we just hit.
yo.
I think we just hit on this. Past betrayal can affect future relationships.
It's like similar to the one we just.
Past betrayal is basically things that you have experienced in your own life.
Okay.
That you can bring issues into somebody else's life. Like for instance,
Yeah,
women did this to me, so I'm going to put all of these stipulations on you, and I'm going to put all of these boundaries towards you, so you won't do the same thing.
They definitely can. Like I said, most of these things, if it's especially if it's relationship, I probably experienced a lot everything in the book to some capacity, and so I can relate. It was instances where let me say this. At one point in my life, I did not trust women whatsoever. I don't care what you did. I wasn't going to put my full reliance in your word.
Right.
Like it just wasn't going like that. You can say whatever. I gotta know for myself, and if I don't know for myself, it's still some type of doubt lingering. Like I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go ahead and sabotage it. Which I have in the past.
That's how we get right side.
I have.
It can cause self-sabotage.
Yeah.
If I knew a man cheated on me a lot in my past, everything I'm watching, if I'm going into that relationship bringing my past betrayal in there, I'm watching everything this man is doing, and I may be self-sabotaging because I'm waiting for something. This person may be picking up his phone, checking his social media, seeing what he likes, what he don't like. Like she could be envisioning, the women that her past man used to cheat on. She has a lot of issues, and this another one is a codependency thing. But I feel like that's something that it can. I don't feel like it should. I
don't feel like it should, but I feel like it can. Like
a lot of times it does. A lot of times it does, and this is why I say I need someone who has a mature mindset because I'm not everybody else you dated. Okay? I mean, you can pick from the jar next. You can pick the jar next. Pick a good one.
Right. Girl, how am I supposed to know it's a good one? You wrote them.
He said, sing the song. Sing the song.
What song?
I wrote it. I know the song. I wrote it.
Avoiding arguments keeps the peace. Okay, I like this one. Let's get to it. Avoiding arguments. Guess what? It does. Because guess what? When I think of arguments, I think of negative. Now we can have a discussion. Arguments have a negative thing attached to them. The word argument.
You caught the word.
Yeah, it's the word. It's the word.
You got the word.
I don't mind having debates. I know there's going to be no perfection in a relationship. I know there's going to be conflict. I know there's going to be disagreements. But the argument is the unhealthy version of communication.
Right.
We need to be able to communicate about whatever it is going on in a healthy manner.
In most arguments, what do you feel like is the end goal that is actually unhealthy?
Understand?
That is actually unhealthy.
Unhealthy. I gotta win.
Right.
I told you so.
The argument is I win. You wrong. I'm right.
Yeah.
I win. You
when
lose.
It should be about understanding.
Absolutely.
Growth.
You caught the word. You know I'm a big word person.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm more what they say now. What they been saying. I'm more emotionally mature than that.
You got IQ.
Yeah.
You got EQ.
All that.
Emotionally mature.
EIEIO. All that.
EIEI. Double I. Crooked letter I. Hump thing.
So what's your take on? Oh, I guess we would agree. Right?
Arguments. Avoiding arguments keep the peace. Avoiding. No. Communicating that you're not going to argue, and what are you trying to get out of this first before you dismiss it? Because to someone else, that may not be an argument. You know what I'm saying? Because what we view an argument, somebody else may not.
I think it depends. Since we're talking about relationships specifically, yes, but I think it still depends on who is on the other side of it.
Who said that your spouse in your relationship wants to argue?
Yeah.
Maybe it's something that you're not comfortable talking to, and you be like, I ain't arguing with you, and she be like, I'm not arguing. I'm just asking you a question. No, you trying to start an argument.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of times.
It's about understanding and growing.
I don't like the avoiding word.
Yeah, avoiding.
Because if you avoid things, you sweep them under the rug, and when you pick that rug up, all of that all that dirt is still
That's saying
relevant.
every molehill ain't a mountain, and I do believe in that concept. Like everything, you don't need to.
You need to go
Everything
into
don't need to be
great
addressed.
detail,
Like
right?
like everybody think don't like need to be addressed. Like
Says
some
who?
things is just like that's really minute, especially if
Says
it's
who? You
What
every
what-
word
what-
that you
no.
use
What I-
minute and it don't
what-
need to be.
it's small. What I'm saying is you have to. It's the same phrase as pick your battles, right? I'm not saying that it's not an issue. I'm just saying to what capacity are you willing to engage in it?
Right, exactly.
It's just like.
That's what I mean.
For instance, a small example. Say I'm with I got a lady friend. We going shopping, and I don't initially grab her bag to hold it from her as we're leaving the store. Right? We get in the car and she be like, "You could at least grab my bag. Like that was so like." Now who's to say I didn't really like? I was like that may not have crossed my mind. It may have been like, okay, we not in a relationship, so why
do
would
you
I
avoid that, or do you speak on it, but don't have the capacity
is,
to do?
No, I'm not. First of all, I'm gonna give you some grace. If I feel like you're an argumentative person, if you nitpicking, you're not for me, because I like my peace. And I'm the type of person that everything is not worth addressing to that capacity. Like, why we get in the car and you could have said that instead of when we leave the store, hey, babe, can you carry this?
Right.
Easy. Like why we gotta get to the car and you gotta huff and puff and be like, you could at least grab my bag. Like
some
that's
women
it,
just want it.
That's just but that's that could have been
Some
avoided.
men, some women, and this is what I mean. Some women want a man who's just generous, like just because, right? And there are some men who are just generous, and there are some men who feel like you have to be something to them to do certain things.
But that's what I'm saying. That's your definition. That's because I didn't offer to carry your bag doesn't mean I'm not generous. I could have paid what's in the bag. That was generous.
I'm just saying, is that a conversation that would be
itself.
avoided, or would that be something that you be like, listen?
I think some things. I think it's okay to have conversation. What I don't feel like it's okay to do is to engulf everything in conflict.
Let me ask you a question with that. If you were to avoid that conversation, and that person, and if that person didn't get corrected in the moment, didn't understand, why you didn't communicate, the issue that you had in that moment, do you feel like that leads to more issues in the future because you didn't address it then? Or are you willing to wait till it gets bigger and then you absolutely have to address it?
I'm not going to wait till it gets bigger. That's not what the goal is. The goal is to learn and grow, because if you plan a future with this person, you need to know them. You need to know, but that's what I'm saying is I'm intentional. And one thing I can say that I didn't know in the past is I know myself enough. And people go into these relationships or these situations or these whatever, and they don't know their self enough. And that's knowing your triggers, knowing your wants, knowing your dislikes, all that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is, for me, I know myself enough, good, bad, or indifferent, of what I am going to tolerate, especially long term.
Right.
And if I'm dating you and it's been a couple months and the same thing keeps happening, or the same issue keeps arising from your end, I've seen what I need to see to say I'm not equipped to deal with you.
Yeah, I just feel like
you got to be able to get to that point. Stop putting so much on the other person. I just feel like that's a problem when dating. We put so much on the other person, so much of what you require or expect or your happiness, however you want it, falls on another person, when it should be know yourself enough to know that the right person can come into your space and kind of cohabitate.
This might be an issue that I have, but I don't know if I'm willing to let go of that, right? I'm not,
Let go of
I
what?
gotta address everything in the moment. But if it's something that I truly feel like, for instance, like a person reacted to me speaking to somebody or whatever, and they get in a car like, well, who was that? I mean, to me, it's like, this is a regular person outside. I spoke to them in front of you. It's not like I was hiding it or something like that. But in that moment, I wouldn't have the capacity for it to be an argument. But I do want to have that conversation to see how it really affected you, So now I can understand this.
But
I can understand where you lie at with what you need from me, and then I'm gonna do what you say. Can I hold that?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I actually hold it? See,
I'm
I'm more like a strategist because I want to see, because at this age at this stage in my life, no codependency. I don't need anyone that is codependent on me. Simply because if you have children, yes, I'm supposed to be there for that. These are big things in your life. But if you suffer with trust issues, it's not my job to fix your mindset. Like we not doing that. So in that situation, I do need to at least come into it, listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand where he coming from, because I need to know what I need to do at this point.
They need to know who you are. Say for instance, like I think for like we talk about that. Well, at least I bring it up. I ain't gonna put it on you, but I know it's karaoke always come up. I think during every episode, right? And so it's like for instance, like people know that if you dating me or if you are dating me, if you're engaged with me, whatever, you know that I go to karaoke. You know I like to sing. You know I be in that kind of space. So and on top of that, you know I know people. So if we go into a space and I'm speaking to people, because I just don't know males, of course. I got a lot of female homegirls too. Hey, I'm speaking to people, I'm engaging, I'm laughing, I'm busting it up, and then you get face tore up, and you like, you too Joe, or you too friendly, and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, yeah.
That be the first. Yo, you so Joe.
Yeah, I'm just like what? No, I'm being myself, and so that's a red flag.
I think women do that to men. We more so call y'all Joe.
For me, that's a red flag, because you knew who I was, or at least you're learning, and so basically you saying that, and I can tone it down a little bit, but I've actually from experience went into places that I'm regular at, and people mention to me, hey, when you with homegirl, or when you was with homegirl, or you was with a little, you wasn't the same, like, you know, you still spoke whatever like that, but like the vibe be like, you get what I'm saying? Right. I don't ever want to be that person.
Right.
Now, I'm not gonna be. I'm never the type to be all hugged up and joke to a certain, like, if they my friend anyway, like you would never get that. Like,
yeah, I think that is another thing with individualism, like understanding that you are with a actual like person outside of your relationship. Yeah. Right. So I'm hoping that we pull some of the things out of here that sticks on that. So this one is, you shouldn't have to beg for emotional support. I don't want to.
Yeah, you gonna lead off with that.
When I wrote this, right, I thought about it after I wrote it. I wanted to go towards the guy's side, right? Okay. When I feel like a man shouldn't have to beg to be appreciated.
That's the biggest thing.
And when you think about, not being appreciated, do you feel like it's like a tug of war thing when it comes to males and females?
In regards to being appreciated? Can you elaborate a little bit?
In regards to a woman showing appreciation.
I feel like, because I experienced both. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if it's out this jar, I probably experienced to some capacity. I experienced both. I experienced women that have been with me, or I've been, involved with, and they show their appreciation. And it may not always be verbal, it may be their gestures, but it's always in some shape, form, or fashion.
So you've been appreciated.
Yeah, and I've also been in a situation where as though I think underappreciation is a thing too. But I would say appreciated, underappreciated. Don't just highlight my big victories, or when it's an occasion like Father's Day, or I graduate from this or that. Like me getting up every day knowing I got medical issues, like I struggle with anxiety and depression, knowing that I push through on a regular basis through certain issues and stuff like that. Like just a little. I see you. Right. Or I acknowledge your struggle, and like it don't gotta be no parade or no big.
Or simply like, you're big on telling me when I'm wrong, but never speak up when I'm doing something right.
That too.
One of the scenarios are one partner only shows care when repeatedly asked for it, and after emotional breakdowns. So it's like when you see me distraught, then you want to show me appreciation.
Yeah.
Right, and what I hear a lot, A lot of men don't feel appreciated for the things that they sacrifice, because that's the word men use.
But I think,
That's the word
I'm
men.
always going to try to be transparent, but I think a problem. Whew, I don't want to get emotional because I'm a man now. She gonna let, but I think some of that falls on us from not stating because we feel like we're too man enough to state our needs too. I feel like we got to take responsibility for stating what we require and what our needs are, but it's a domino effect. But also in conjunction with that, being with a woman that doesn't mind it, because it that's not going to sit there and say, "Oh, you sensitive," or you take your panties off, like stuff like that. Because women say degrading stuff like that to men, whereas though they feel like they can't even come to you and say, "Hey, can I get some more emotional support?" I feel like I'm not saying you're doing a bad job, but I feel like, I could have got more, or like you can't even go.
I'm only getting praise when I'm doing something.
Yeah, you can't even take it to a certain level because she'll sit there and talk to you crazy or go tell the girlfriend, this nigga, he's so sensitive. Like, I see it all the time on social media. Can
I ask you a question? Because it's a little haymaker. Because I follow this girl on Facebook, and I almost agree with almost everything she says. But she says a king don't eat off of paper plates; he eat off of glass plates. And I find that to be a silent, like an unspoken thing that a woman shows her appreciation of. The man gets this, the man gets the great Tupperware, silverware and things like that. But do you feel like that's something men care about?
We don't care. As long as the food good, we'll eat off the floor. What you talking about?
I say like, in my head, I'm like,
that's false.
Because I don't disagree with her a lot. That's like the only thing. And I'm like, that's what you do as a woman that shows your appreciation to your man. But some men just like those turkey wings cooked crisp with some great gravy and white rice. And
look at this. Depending on what I'm eating, I don't like paper plates as well. But depending on what I'm eating, it's not because I feel like I'm above it. Because I'm not.
The knife going to cut through it.
Yeah,
I mean, I get
some Chinese food, some peanut butter and jelly, something like that. I can eat off a paper plate. You feel me? Like, I'm not eating nothing where I gotta be cutting or it's heavy, so I gotta worry about it.
Listen, give me somebody that I can make something as simple as tuna fish. And how I show my appreciation, I toast the bread.
All that, see,
with some Cooper sharp cheese.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's appreciation.
A man will appreciate that.
I don't know.
But as far as that was, nah.
I think that was just that was clickbait, but it was a good
They be
job.
having a lot of them. That's why sometimes I don't even read. You see me, people probably have the illusion that I don't be on social media like that. I don't post a lot. I just be looking at y'all. And sometimes you can tell not sometimes, all the time. You can tell. Matter of fact, how about you have an exercise where as though you just take the name off of the post. And see
match it to the person.
Exactly. So you like the same people talk about the same stuff all the time. Either they men bashing, they woman bashing. They talking about the city. They talking about this and that.
With a guess.
I'm like, yo, you ain't this person say this.
The biggest ish talkers.
Yeah. We gonna sit down. You say the same stuff with this word reworded different. Or I swear they just recycling posts every 6 months. Like what? And I'm not saying I'm perfect. But that's why I post less, because I ain't got much to say. I
ain't got nothing to tell you.
This is getting yourself together requires being alone. Like
you want a scenario? Give me your opinion, then I'll give you a scenario.
Okay. My opinion is no. I feel like it could go either way. It go both ways. Getting yourself together, depending on what kind of person you're from, if you allow somebody to be a distraction or allow things to be a distraction, you have to isolate yourself. So it doesn't always require being alone. If that's what you need, or for a season, yes. But I feel like the right person won't be a distraction, or even won't take away from you in regards to you getting yourself together. They understanding where you're at. So that doesn't. Dating is identifying who matches what you need, or code needs, whatever the case may be.
Crazy part is I don't even write a scenario for that. getting yourself together requires being alone. I think this is one that I fight with regularly, right? It's because, like I said earlier, when you come into a situation and you feel like you are with someone and they have things that you don't have, that's how you establish growth. That's how you step out of your comfort zone. A lot of times, us getting ourselves together, it could require a whole lot of things, right? Now, if this is a healthy thing for you, and you're extra busy, you don't have enough time for somebody, then that's different, right? But if you look at it like, oh, I'm just not financially great enough to do this with somebody, or I'm just not established enough. I don't have my own house and car, so I'm just not, adulting good enough. I find that to be an unhealthy part. A very healthy part is a person who's already out here growing themselves. They probably had some bad situations in the past and they're healing themselves. And then, yes, that might be a healthy side of it, right? So I feel like that can also be an excuse for many people. Oh, I'm just getting myself together. So we can't take it that far. Even in situations like in relationships, it will trump the growth in the relationship simply because a person feels like them doing better will only work if they don't have a partner to pay attention to. What is the interdependence?
It depends where you, and sometimes it depends where you draw your motivation from. Because a woman, even if you're not, a woman can motivate a man in ways that I don't think they realize. Just your presence can motivate a man. You don't have to do anything for him. If you're content, hey, right now I'm not financially where as though I can date you to that extent, but I can still date you. Like we could do parks, we could do coffee, stuff like that. Like I can't, but if you're transparent and you're open from the beginning and you get a woman that's willing to accept where you are, you could still grow personally while nourishing that relationship.
Absolutely. I used to feel like people were out of my league, right? Back in the day. Like oh no, that person just
Jones, you
doing too much, out of my league. Like, no, he's not out of my league. He's just doing something different from me.
Exactly.
Like he's doing something different from me. Now that's what I like. That's what I'm attracted to. Like, what are you doing that I don't know how to do? If my credit score is bad, is your credit score good? How you get it there? Can you teach me? Can you show me? Because a lot of times we want to do everything by ourselves. I don't like the me versus me mindset. It's traumatizing.
See, me and my little brother had a conversation about that a few days ago. Not that, but this very thing in regards to, we was like, cause I asked him, was he talking to anybody? And he was like, nah, blah, blah, blah. And it led to us saying, like, as men, we don't like to sometimes, a lot of times we don't like to engage women depending on our situation where we're at, because we don't, whether it's the job or home or whatever the case may be, we lack some type of stability somewhere, which deters us from approaching women, because we want to be at a certain space before we pursue women, because we don't be like, right. Yeah, I started dating you seriously, but like I just moved. I got my own now. But before I was like, I got a roommate. I don't want like
bring you around.
yeah, certain stuff that's uncomfortable.
It's like, but like, do y'all do that for y'all own comfort, or do y'all believe it's for the comfort of somebody else?
I think it's for both. I think depending on, like, for me, it was comfort for me, but also it was for if I was engaging a woman, because she might be like, no, I don't want to have to. If I want to go to the bathroom, I want to go. I don't want to have to get
so
redressed.
Scared of rejection out there doing. Here's the thing: come as you are, it could be a person today laying on a blow up mattress and be rich in a month from now, and that person to be the same person. Like, dang, I felt like he was this. When it comes down to it, if that person is not in a position, where is your mind at? I would ask a man 2 questions. What is your vision? And what are you doing now to move forward to that vision? Because I could care less if you had a desk, a blow-up bed, or whatever in your house. I'm comfortable where I'm at already.
Well, guess what? A man, you could still, just to take it a step further, I love the conversation, because you can have a vision but you can also have distractions. And because a man has a vision,
That right there.
doesn't mean that he's not distracted in a ways where as though he's been deterred from accomplishing that goal. Because I'm trying to tell you soon, and there's no shot towards anybody, but I'm gonna always keep it real. I don't care, good, bad, or indifferent. If you feel some type of way, if you don't, I don't really be caring. But as soon as I stop being in a certain environment on a regular basis, things started to happen.
Right.
It's almost instantly advances. I'm talking about I left a job, left a relationship, left an environment, left a living situation.
And
Everything else is falling into place. Once I be like, you know what, it's enough is enough of these things, and I got to do something different. You know, things fell into place.
I think for me, and that's why I asked, what are you doing to put this vision in place? Because for me, the only way something can distract me is if I let it. Mm-hmm. Like I am a author, right? Mm-hmm. And I literally have a book that's sitting, that is ready to be released. That is ready. My distractions is on me.
Exactly.
No relationship, no person that I'm talking to, all of these conversations that I can communicate, all of these things that I communicate about, all of this stuff is in a book form. You know what I'm saying? And it can help somebody. Mm-hmm. But that distraction is myself. So a lot of times I feel like people are not believing in themselves enough to look at another person and be like, oh, that person is not going to accept me where I'm at right now.
And I also believe that you can be motivated you can give the wrong effort, the right effort to the wrong person.
Right.
Because I've been there too. It's just like, yo, the same things I was doing with her.
Right.
That wasn't working. I'm doing with her. And it ain't working. So it's you.
You know what? I feel so immature about this drawer, right?
Why?
To the point I'm getting ready.
I like the jar. Don't do that.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we only got a couple minutes anyway. This is our last one.
One of those Jones. I think this one is a crazy one.
Oh, you already know what it is, huh?
I feel it.
Don't get nothing. Save these because we gonna be saved. We gonna be when we have guests and stuff.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Now this is not something that I would normally talk about on camera, but what? I feel like it's very much a good one, right? In a relationship,
you
right?
You gotta define that.
So this one says hypersexual or a high sex drive. I felt like
hyper mean. Look at that.
Go ahead.
I thought it was the same thing.
I felt like it was important to talk about this because we have a lot of issues with cheating.
No, you just going
a lot of addiction. What?
Oh yeah, I'm listening. I'm just in my head.
A lot of addictions connected to multiple women, multiple men. The dating scene is more so a open scene. So, what's the definition of hypersexual?
It's unusual. So it's
good.
It says hypersexual means exhibiting. That means you showing unusual or excessive concern with or indulgence in sexual activity. That means you a freak body.
Right. So, all right. So
exhibiting unusual or excessive. That right excessive. There is unusual and excessive is red flag right there.
Okay. Now Google. Now give me the definition of high sex drive. So when it comes down to like hypersexual like actions, a lot of times you heard of that.
I gotta go on the internet for that.
The scenario is a partner wants. I hate saying these words on it. A partner wants sex multiple times a day and becomes distant or irritated when you're not in a mood. It is a
distinct difference though.
Right. So what's that?
And then high sex drive means having an intense, frequent desire for sexual activity, including frequent fantasies and urges.
Right.
But the other one seemed like it was just
it's just obsessive. It's like something like that
or
this one is a partner wants it. A partner wants sex multiple times a day and becomes distant and irritated when you're not in the mood, right? Mm-hmm. With that being said, how do you feel like that plays on a person's psyche?
To what means? Like if you talking about
a man or a
like
woman being hypersexual. Like for me, I feel like if I have a man who is very hypersexual, then I might be dealing with a person who 9 times out of 10 might step out on me.
But that's what it says. When you talk about hyper, it doesn't. It no nothing. When I look at the definition that says positive.
Right.
Or
So
it says
it was a
normal, 'cause
positive and it's a
exhibiting
positive and
unusual.
negative.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So this is the negative.
Because high sex drive it could be a positive thing because it is like an intense feeling that you have for your partner.
This is unusual and excessive.
Because a man will get irritated if you say no to that. A man will be okay if his woman that he has a high intimacy level with, because intimacy is outside of sexual actions. Right now, if he's hyper, don't talk to me. I ain't dealing with you. Yeah, what you mean? No, things like that. And then so you look very uncomfortable with
No, I'm good. I'm listening. I'm good. I just don't know. I ain't about to say. I really want to talk about it, but I'm not about to say certain stuff on.
You know what? Well, let's move on.
I'm not about to say certain stuff on camera because I can talk about it.
I wanted to go as far as understanding that is a big thing in a relationship.
It is, and I feel like the consistency, the sex consistently needs to be discussed. I think that gets overlooked. It needs to be discussed because hey, what are we doing? That's part of the establishing of a healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
That's part of the healthy version of it. Is that's part of the needs. If I must say, like your needs getting met.
Exactly, it should be a question.
Yeah.
Like when it comes down, what is your level? What is your healthy level of sexual needs? Mm-hmm. Because it is important. Because then we got a problem.
But I also feel like, ooh, can I say that?
Go ahead.
Oh. I think it depends on your attractive how much you are attracted to the individual. Because I've had mates, I'm just like, girl, I'm thinking I'll be right there. I'm on my way. Then
that's like, the whole point. I'm cool. The high sex.
Like we ain't gotta do it every day. Like I'm cool.
It's the intimacy level. It is the intimacy level of how you look at your woman and how much you love your woman and how much you desire your woman. But guess what? There are other things outside of that sexual act that could get y'all to certain points. And it doesn't have to be a everyday laying down thing. I'm not going to tell you whether I care for it every day or not because that's none of y'all business. At the end of the day, my man would know what I want.
That's why I said I ain't talking about all that.
But it is a thing that people are having.
We're just bringing it up because it's important. So we're just bringing light on something that needs to be discussed within you and your partner.
Absolutely. So with that being said, the hours go by fast. I think we need an hour and a half. Goodness gracious.
No.
So with that, no. I might be short and sweet. That's cool. Because it definitely was impactful.
Yeah, then we be able to stretch it out.
With that, there, as we can see, we have a whole lot of different things.
We even rushed some of the things that we already talked about. So this can
absolutely. I want to thank everybody for joining in. I hope to see you guys next week. I want to go into men's mental health next week. Relationships, I'm done for right now.
Absolutely.
So anything you have to say before we go out?
No, just thank y'all. We thank you for all the sharing. We thank you for the comments. Even the people that view later, we appreciate y'all.
If you view it now, if you view it later, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna be done. Absolutely.
So we'll see y'all. Remember, if you talking black,
we talking back.
All right, holla.
Mm-hmm.